This was the $40,000 Deadpool Creator Cup. Now, there was a team featuring Kingsman, CC, and Zaza. Usually, these tournaments are just fun things to watch in between ranked matches. But this one turned into an absolute mess. Midway through the event, Kingsman was disqualified. The initial story was that Kingsman was being toxic to his fellow teammates. But as we learned later, the reality was completely different. And to be honest with you, it is actually really crazy. So here's the situation. Kingsman is a competitive Magic player, and he wants to win. He was playing with CC at the time, which was the in-game leader. And at the time, Zaza was also with them, and she was playing Black Widow at 200 ping. Now, anyone who plays Marvel Rivals would know that playing Black Widow at 200 ping is basically fucking throwing. Kingsman would point his L and ask Zaza to switch, so that they can actually have a chance at winning the tournament. But instead of being reasonable, the whole team switched up on Kingsman and started being toxic. While Kingsman was trying to focus back onto the game, Zaza and CC and her teammate Lucy would mock Kingsman's character. Meanwhile, he was actually trying to make callouts for the team. Zaza's boyfriend would talk to Basm, which is the admin of the tournament, and that would get Kingsman disqualified. Basm would not look into this information at all. Zaza's boyfriend would tell Basm that Kingsman caused a heart attack and was being abusive to his teammates. Kingsman's reputation was on the line, and it looked like he's going to be painted as the villain of this story. The community actually found out about what was going on and helped Kingsman. Now we have the aftermath. This is where things flip for CC and Zaza. Kingsman released the videos, the DMs that they were sending to him. Things became very clear, and it showed that Kingsman was not the one doing the wrong. It was CC and Zaza. CC and Zaza were actually bullying him along with their trio of friends because they were upset that he was taking the game too seriously and they just wanted to play for the vibes. When the community found out, they immediately started supporting Kingsman. It was really amazing because you rarely see stuff like this happen, at least this quickly. He would receive thousands of dollars in donations and even free units from the developers. On the other side, it was absolute dog shit for CC and Zaza. The girls would try to weaponize their mental health situation, but the community saw right through it. The girls would lose brand deals and sponsorships, but there was no going back now. The internet saw all the evidence and there's no turning back. Now, I don't think this is just about one drama. I think this is a whole thing with the Marvel Rivals competitive scene. It sickens me to say this, but like, the more recognition and the more subs or how many more followers you have, you think you can do whatever the fuck you want, and it sickens me so much. And having a competitive tournament of this magnitude for $40,000 just crazy me that you can base off your immediate presumptions off of a hearsay. And hearing, you know, like, Zaza's boyfriend did a hearsay, and he didn't even check the logs. He just immediately kicked Kingsman, and it's crazy me because that amount of money can change your fucking life. Also, this is failure management because he based his presumptions on a hearsay, and he didn't even check the logs either, and that just blows my mind to me. That something this big can have such little measurement like that. Also, this is just really unprofessional to me. If you're trying to make it professional, then you have to have better management than this. Basm would eventually apologize for this and say it's a little bit too hasty, but damage was done by this point. The community saw what was going on and was tired of just taking things at face value from the big creators. But Kingsman would come out on top and would win the biggest prize ever. He would get enough money. He would get at least, I think, more than what he was trying to get in the tournament. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I just want to tell you about what I think could happen next with this new drama being finally over now. I'm going to say that I think management for these are actually going to get better because of what happened here. Because about all the hearsay stuff that went over, and not to mention the other stuff. So that's what I think about it and what could happen next. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.